Because 15 days back, we had almost prepared all the mail, a press release saying that this was not happening. But this was bound to happen, and there were several youngsters who were pushing for that. Very furious article by Satyen. He called it, what's that? Mumbai's 5 crores, well, shame. Followed by...
Good evening, friends. On behalf of the Mumbai Academy of Moving Image, I'm really pleased to welcome you this afternoon. And as a very emotional festival director, Mr. Narayan was trying to say that a few weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, it seemed that this festival would not happen this year. It's the 16th year. But it is happening. Let me just share with you how the genesis of this festival. I remember about maybe 17 years ago, one day I got a call from late Basu Bhattacharya saying that he and Rishikesh Mukherjee, would like to come and see me. So I said, no, your coming is fine, but Rishida coming to my office is awkward. I will come to your place. Tell me what it's about. He said, well, some of us have met and decided that Mumbai being the capital of the Indian film industry and one of India's, or perhaps India's premier city, needs a film festival. This was a couple of years before we were celebrating the centenary, or just around the time we had celebrated the centenary of film, which is 1996. So finally we decided to get together, and it was a motley crowd. There was Rishida, there was Shyam Benegal, there was Basu Bhattacharya, there was Gulzar, there was Manmohan Shetty, there was me, and Amol Palekar. We had very little experience of organizing a film festival, although all of us had been to various international film festivals. But we said, no, let's go ahead. And we decided to go ahead with it. Fortunately, we had with us Sudhir Nandgaonkar, who had been successfully running the Film Society movement in Mumbai for several years. So we asked Sudhir, and he consented to be the festival director. And we started. You won't believe it, the first festival, we had no money except a little contribution which 7 or 8 of us had given. And we estimated that we needed a minimum of 20 lakhs to hold a festival. 20 lakhs seemed a big amount. And it's ironical that the people who were involved in the very first festival, some of them have got back together. So one of the persons who actually helped us at that time was Anand Mahindra. And he's come back this year. One of the prominent artists who was involved in it was Amir. In fact, some of you will recall he presented the Lifetime Achievement Award to Devanand, and he presented a whole, skit around that presentation, which was loved. So this movement started. Then it was at the NCPA and the Chavan Center, and soon we started to grow. And there came a time about at the turn of the century when we thought that this needed to be slightly scaled up. We tried doing it, and Manmohan Shetty was gracious enough to offer us the IMAX as the main venue, and we shifted the festival there and started having international participation in a major way. Some of it will be unveiled by my colleagues here on the stage. We are going to award 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards as usual, one for the best in the best foreign film category, and this year that is being received by the we think that she actually is a really deserving candidate and has been overlooked for so many years. I would also like to thank here Vinay Shukla, who's been leading the selection committee, and I see Rashid. Are you any other of your members there? I see Rashid there. Yes, so these are the gentlemen who have over the years been spending countless hours. We had, I think, about close to 900.
So this time, well, we are slightly shrinking the festival because of budgetary considerations. And Mr. Amit Khanna has, well, told you about the highlights of the festival. This time, we have put together the best possible, package and the best possible people. And this is time to look back and see how this has happened. And the film list is going to be given to you, and all the other information, everything is going to come to you in the press releases? Yeah. So after Mr. Amit Khanna, finishes, I would like to call upon two very, very
Thanks, Narayan. First, I would like to say...
I'm here because I really believe that this festival needs to be. One of my great heroes is the late American film critic Roger Ebert. And he said that of all the arts, movies are the greatest aid to empathy, and good ones make us into better people. I really believe that. I believe good films make us into better people, and I'm here. Mr. Narayanan has given me this lovely creative advisor label, but basically I'm sort of unofficial cheerleader. So please give us support, give us help, be kind. And before I give it over, I'm going to give a shout out to Shakun Batra there, who is also on board as unofficial cheerleader, and Varuna Di Jani. One email was all it took, and she's going to design the trophies for the festival. So, that's what's going to take to make it work. Who goes next?
No, there's only one thing I want to say is add to it is, I think a city, Mumbai, the city, it's the center of cinema, Hindi cinema. For all of us, this city deserves a very good festival. We have always had a very good festival in MAMI, and I think it needs to go on. And it doesn't matter how and why, and people who come and want to see these movies, I think we have to somehow take it as our own festival and make sure it happens every year. And this year we have a great bunch of movies, and some of the movies that have been confirmed that I want to tell you about is Xavier Dolan's MAMI is a film that is coming. It's the film that won at the Cannes Film Festival, and it's also probably his best film till date. There's Mike Leigh's Mr. Turner, Ken Loach's Jimmy's Hall, Richard Linklater's unbelievable film Boyhood, which I saw, which completely made me feel so small as a filmmaker. And Darden Brothers' 2 Days, 1 Night, Kim Ki-duk's new movie, One on One, Yoji Yamada's Little House, Jean-Luc Godard's Goodbye to the Language, and the A Certain Regard winner, and the Camera d'Or winner, Party Girl. So these are the films that are confirmed. There's a big retrospective of Arab cinema. There are as many as 25 Arabic language movies that will be shown, and that I think includes the entire Arab-speaking Middle Eastern region. And there is much more than this. These are just the key highlights of the festival. And I hope that you spread the word that everybody comes forward, and we still are short of funds. And we need more monies.
I'm next in line. So I kind of grew up watching films at MAMI because we didn't have a festival till MAMI actually came around. If we would travel once in a while and come over here, and I remember 94 was in Bombay, and then we had nothing, no real festival. MAMI came along around 97, if I'm not mistaken, 97, 98. And I remember watching at the NCPA, watching Dr. Strangelove and watching Pyasa and watching Abbas Kiarostami's Where's the Friend's Home, and it was a huge monumental moment for me as a filmmaker. MAMI's grown tremendously. The film selection is absolutely fantastic. It's brilliant to sort of go there and watch 3 films a day. Seeing people break down doors to watch movies over there is such a wonderful feeling as a filmmaker and as a film watcher. I can understand why Mr. Narayan is so emotional, because I kind of feel the same way. So I'm very excited about the festival. We've all come together and tried to sort of like keep it going. I'm super excited. There's a great selection. We've got the World Cinema selection, which everybody's obviously going to watch all the films of. The international competition, there is the India Gold, which is for Indian filmmakers. Dimensions Mumbai, which is the short films about the city. As Anurag said, the selection of Arab films. So there's a lot of movies. I know all you guys are very excited about it, so am I. And as Mr. Khanna says, this is, I think, one of the only festivals in the world that does not depend on government support. It's all filmmakers who put it together. It's private people who put it together. It needs your support. It needs your help to sort of grow and keep getting better with every year. So please contribute, support, all that stuff, and pass it on to.
Hello, everyone. Before I tell you a few things that I've been asked to say, I think most importantly what I would like to share is, I think there's a very famous saying which applies to all relationships, is you really don't know what you have till it's gone. And I think this is, now finally it's come to a situation with this festival where I think everyone who loves films, that includes everyone here on the panel, and I'm sure everyone here today, has got a bit of a wake-up call. I definitely am here as one, I was telling them earlier, and I want to share this with everyone here as well, to firstly plead guilty to being very, very relaxed about this whole thing, to start with. It was something that was very exciting, it was something we loved being part of, but no one ever stopped, and I can actually maybe just speak for myself that I never stopped, to think about how this is put together, the kind of work, dedication, money that goes into doing it. It just felt like something that would sustain itself because of the sheer love that all of us have for movies. But that is truly not the case. I think we need to be a lot more involved, a lot more active, proactive in making sure that this love that we have for it is something that we work on day in and day out. And it translates into sustaining this festival in the way that all of us would like for it to sustain. So in support here, of course, of making sure that this year people who can further sponsor, corporates who can further sponsor should please come ahead and do it. And also just going ahead as a member of the film industry, I am here to say that, I'm here now to actively be involved in years to come so that we never ever arrive at this kind of situation where we have to sit and have this conversation, I think, ever again, most importantly. I'm also here to tell you about a couple of interesting things that will be happening at the festival in the form of master classes. There's one that is happening with Mohammad Saleh Haroon, who is a writer and director from Chad. He's made films like Bye Bye Africa and A Screaming Man. And another master class with a genius who I consider a complete genius, Christopher Doyle. He's a cinematographer who's done In the Mood for Love, Chungking Express, and many other films that we all have seen and loved. I was also supposed to tell you about a Lifetime Achievement Award, but Amit ji gave me the baton but kept the information to himself. So I think that you already know about. So let's just make sure that this is an amazing festival. We will all do whatever it takes for it to happen in the best possible way that it can. And going ahead with every year, we've seen the emotion that's attached to it, and I think that we all have to feel the same now towards this festival. And I am here for one to say that I do intend on feeling this way. Thank you very much.
I'm supposed to give closing comments, but Narayan, would you like to say anything before I...
Yeah, see, basically, an organization like Unifrance and Deborah La Fabrique, they have been supporting this festival like anything. In addition to Telefilm Canada, Screen Australia, and including German films and ICAA,